What's up, y'all? What's today? I don't know. Oh, today's Thursday. It's Jupiter Day. Thursdays are a good day to open up the roads, okay? Um, be on the road of whatever it is that you're doing. It's expansive. It's a planet of luck. It's the wheel of fortune in tarot, so this is going to be a very casual video because there you go. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a very casual video because I'm sharing something every day up until my birthday. And initially last night I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a video. No, I said I was gonna make a post and talk about moodiness, right? Because I can be extremely moody. Like I can be okay 1 minute and then like this sense of melancholy just rushes over me. It doesn't have anything to do with me like a sense of depression or anything like that, but more than anything, that's just me, and I think sometimes we get caught up in this idea that it's something wrong with with having our feelings, and it's just like, we human. That happens. I don't even think it's anything necessarily triggered it. So if I look at it from a human design perspective, I'm an emotional, my authority is my emotions, right? So having a defined emotional center in human design, it gives way to having waves of emotions, and that just being a thing that happens and just honoring that. But I do recognize that sometimes there are things that do trigger that. And yesterday I was feeling that way, but once I just sat with it and observed it instead and started thinking about, I can share this, I can share that, it just went away. Like, it completely disappeared. Granted, I did have a time where I went through like a very long period of depression. And once I started coming out of it, I started learning a lot that what I was experiencing was very reflective of my elders, in my family, dead or alive, So, yeah, but then I decided, well, I didn't really even decide. It was just like, I feel like talking, when I write a lot. I be having a lot to say. And I don't like how I can't just put everything in the caption and it all fits, right? But, it's just, I just feel like I want to talk. I'm having a Mercury return. Mercury is in Aries, okay? And it is gonna be going into retrograde while it's in Aries. So it's not gonna come out of Aries until like May. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna talk about some things, some shit I usually do not talk about publicly. All right, I can have a very, I guess, I don't know, controversial opinion in reference to things but that's the thing. That's my Mercury. That's Mercury in Aries, being open and honest and blunt, not necessarily trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but it is what it is. So if we go back to human design, oh yeah, before I start that, I'm just gonna sit here, I'm gonna do my nails, right? So I bought these. If you watched my video that I made on, what was it? It was a just say yes, like a card reading, a short card reading, which I'm going to do another one of those probably either tonight or tomorrow, and it'll be up on my YouTube channel. But I was talking about how some of my stuff was tampered with when I picked it up, right? I had bought these nails from the store when I did a grocery order because I was like, I'm just doing my own nails. I had been going back and forth if I was going to go get my nails done or not. But sitting there thinking about it, like, do I really want to sit in the nail shop? Do I really want to go? I can get out the nail shop faster than if I go to someone who is just a nail person and go get my nails done, because I've gone to places, gone to women who do nails, and they've done a good job, but it take forever. And I get it, you know, they want it to be right and all that, but again, I can't sit for that long kind of thing in one space, and eventually like the discomfort starts triggering in my bones, or the angstiness, like I need to move kind of thing. But so yeah, I just decided, and the whole, if I was gonna spend over $100, because anytime I do get my nails done, it's never less than $100, right? Particularly now in this time, if I go to the nail shop, it's still not less than $100 for real, after giving a tip, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just get some press-ons, and that's what I did. And I seen these here. These are not the ones that I've been having on my nails that y'all been seeing, but some of them fell off, right? They were like, oh, flawless up to 14 days. So I'm like, ooh. And then it has this little LED light situation here. Why is this not working? What's going on? It lights up. And I thought that was really cool. So basically, I bought those. I put those on. Those are the nails that I've been wearing, right? But then every time I take a bath, which is pretty much every night unless I take a shower, they fall off because it's a gel, right? So yeah, I took a bath yesterday and they all just popped off, you know, and I was like, all right. So we are going to put my nails back on while I share my thoughts, right? My opinions. So recently, this was a while ago. This was maybe at the beginning of the year. And my friends and I, we were talking about some stuff. Like the beginning of the year was like a very big year of a very big time of exposure. Like so many things was coming to the surface, right? This is, but it makes sense because this is an 8-year, right? 8 has a lot to do with karma. It has a lot to do with revealing. If we think about what Scorpio energy is, because it is 8, that it brings things to the surface. It's hidden everything. It's what's been occulted. It's things not being recognized or seen until we get to this space of consciousness where we can understand it, right? Where we can put words to it, comprehend it, explain it. Okay, so yeah, so we was talking about some stuff, and I was like, damn, like, don't nobody want to be a rich white man, like a nigga running a nonprofit. And that was because the Black nonprofit sector of reality was really, it was a lot of things being exposed within them, you know, and people sharing what was going on, like lies they had told, like things that they said that they were going to do that they weren't doing, and just that just being a really big situation that was taking place, you know. So with that took me down an entire rabbit hole when it comes down to just Black folks in general and how we get along, like, and not with one another, but even that, because, you know, the whole saying crabs in a barrel, that really be the environment that be in. You know, we can try and say that it be, you know, make it seem like it be folks in the hood or folks below a certain line, economic line, but them the people who be working together in attempt to help one another, like supporting one another and everything like that. That don't mean when they start to come up that they don't fall into that tune of things, but that's when it becomes that, right? So one person trying to get up on the other, or trying to utilize another's vulnerabilities in order to be able to come out ahead, to come up. All right, so it brought me back to the reason of why in my spiritual practice, in the practice, in the way in which it is that I choose to live, what I chose to assimilate myself to and assign to, it's largely because of that. You know, how do I put it? It's almost like our identity has been usurped by an orchestration of propaganda, right? Of things, of how we should be, what we should be going after, how we should be living our lives, and what we should be striving for, and that we need to be working hard towards something, this, that, and the other, you know. And it's great to have ambitions, but it's just like, when is that because of you, or are you just trying to keep up with something? Are you trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? And it's so funny because there is a movie called Keeping Up with the Joneses. I believe Demi Moore is in it or something. And in the movie, they are actually people who have been, everything that they have, that they're doing, it's not really something they worked for. It's like the people who are influencers, right, who really don't have what it is that they're showing that they have, but they have it based off of the fact that they have been that they have like a contract, that they're being paid, like it is their job to influence you based on this thing, so that you can purchase into it, so that you can want this, so that you can have this, so that you can feel like you need that, right? That's basically what that is surrounding. And a lot of our, just everything, it exists within that, wanting to be in that way. And it's just like, wanting to live like that, wanting to it's nothing wrong with wanting to have money, wanting to be able to take care of your family. And I guess this conversation is coming up because the moon is in Taurus, all right? So that's all about wealth, material things, like possessions, the havings of things, you know. So anyways, it's like wanting to have these things, you know. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with wanting to live a life of relaxation, wanting to have a luxurious life, right? But it's like, what is that based in? Where is that coming from? Like, does the idea, the belief of wanting to have these things, does it support us in a way of being able to go and flow with ease? Like, you know, because it's either, you know, a struggle, it's a hustle, or it's a pretending, right? It's never, and this is me just saying this based off of the commonality of, you know, us being Black folks and what we attempt to live up to, right? We don't, you see how our connection to our family has been disimbued, like separated, in a sense. Like, we don't have any real connection as a collective to the ancestral archetype that we are, right? And because we're too busy trying to be somebody else, trying to be like somebody else, like even when it comes down, because even, okay, so the whole Black nonprofit realm of things like that even lends its hand to the boule aspect of reality, the whole sororities and fraternities, right? This is the Jack and Jills and the top teens of America. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I was in top teens, and it just, I knew very quickly, like, this ain't for me. I don't want this. This is not what I want to do, kind of thing. And luckily enough, my mother was like, yeah, okay, we ain't got to do this. So I didn't. And but it breeds a certain type of mindset, a certain type of way of going about. It is a falling in line with the style, but it doesn't have any real substance. It's not black. It's not rooted. It is imitated and mimicked. Like, majority of these black universities were not started by a black person. Like, controlled opposition on you know, what it is you learn and how you learn it and what you can do with it and how you can go about it. And like, don't get me wrong, like, it's great to have people who look like me, people who look like us, to be doing the things that is of the world. But if you're still in that same mindset as it's not really for, like, you find yourself in this space of non-believing, right? Not believing what it is that you're being told, or what it is that is being said to you of what's wrong, not getting to the deeper aspect. Like, so many things that we experience, like, especially on a physical level, when it comes to being black, has to do with the fact that we are disconnected. Literally, like, disconnected. And I don't know, I don't have any other way to put that into words outside of the fact, like, yeah, that disconnection is what separates us from being able to really heal, right? To really know, to really grow, to really be like, okay, like, I need to let this go, be willing. And I understand that honestly, it requires a lot to be willing, you know, to see things completely differently than what you've been told, what's been said to you, you know, what you've known up until this point to be true, to be real, to be of a thing, you know. So it's just recognizing where we're coming from and what it is when we decide on what it is that we want for our lives, like what we want to see happen for our world, for our children, right? Do we always want to be always trying to one up somebody? Do we always need to be like trying to manipulate something? And when I say, because, okay, saying that is probably not the best word to use, because hoodoo and conjure is a form of manipulation, but I'm saying manipulating others, those who we supposedly love, those who are in our community, in order to be of who it is that we see ourselves as. This is done. That was fast. Okay, you know. So y'all, I'm just sharing. I wish I could talk more. I've already been talking for 18 minutes. I can talk more about this. Maybe I will at a later time. But that's if I even post this, because I'm gonna go back and watch it. I feel like my words was just la 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 all over the place, and I don't know if I really got my point across. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna share some other stuff tomorrow. It's not necessarily gonna be in regard to this, but maybe it's the time for us to start focusing on the substance of things, right? The substance of that which cannot be seen, and really get down to the nitty gritty of what is us, who we are, you know, as a person, right? Even if that isn't as a black human living in this world, but even just as a human in general. I don't know, I'm here for my people. Nothing against anybody else, you know, so that's really who I'm talking to here. But yeah, y'all, I will see y'all soon.